You gotta love this comment. It's spelled you-are, not you. Judging by a spelling and grasp of basic grammar, I'm guessing you're American. Well, you guessed wrong. Last time I checked, that's not a mistake. Probably in this video I can give 50 clues that will make you realize that Americans are very low IQ people. What happened to them? Clue number 1. A luxury. I bring a world map all the time just to show where America is, because some of them don't even know that much. It's also a freshly baked country, only 250 years old. Literally every part of the rest of the world is older, maybe except South America. What happens when you have luxury over everyone else? When everyone else lives in poverty, basically? I mean, it's just like the connection between rich and poor. There is none. Rich people think they're better than everyone else, but we know them as the biggest assholes that better not fucking show up in our doorstep, or we will ask for a lot. We will raise prices to them specifically. If government is failing to tax the rich, it is irrelevant to tax the rich for all of us. Which would mean to tax Americans specifically. Americans are the ones flexing tariffs. We have to put tariffs on America. I thought America is actually going to collapse. You know, until the tariffs got lifted of like, oh, look at me. Look at me, I can destroy my own country, said Mr. Orange Man. Don't get me wrong, I like Orange Man being elected. We got two sides of retardation to choose from, after all. And this one at least was promising, I guess. He does kiss dictator butts, though. So I have a hard time understanding what the fuck that means. But time will, set things right, I hope. After all, having a feud with Elon Musk, I appreciate that, like, Elon Musk actually got exposed of just being a greedy loser. But Trump is doing something very similar too. I'm surprised that the world actually plays the role of just sucking up to Trump and don't just cut off America to suffocate. We might actually turn around and fucking do it. Nobody knows right now. The world might unite to America just to give them a middle finger and realize that we're the poor guys. We're the ones getting bullied all the time, and these guys just get to swoop in with military and take over the rest of the world when we're down, basically. It's a lot easier to win military endeavors when everyone else is poor, when you're attacking poor countries, basically. So we should be fighting in every other way until they fucking pull out their guns, because Americans love doing that. America love their guns, boy! But they can't keep those guns away from, mentally ill people. Again, I like these guys, but they soak in retardation like a sponge. They can't stop, either. They think that any form of retardation is justified. But what happened to Musk, by the way? Why did he got fucking punched in the face? Where's the full story of the Epstein files right here? I want to know. This one, full story. Because I feel like there's fucking red flags. Is he a sponge? He literally soaks in stupidity like a sponge. This is literally the best meme ever, dude. This is better than Nazi salute. As they say, spongy baboo. Of course, there's retards on the other side of the fence, right? Yeah, both are equally stupid. And it's like they're trashing each other. They can't work together. They pretend that they are working together by hating each other and separating the country more and more to the point of violence. Like, you guys understand that the rest of the world is watching you, and at some point the rest of the world will have nothing better to do but to watch how America goes through a fucking zombie apocalypse of these idiots fighting each other. Because politics, my friend. Just look at them. Just try try and be not likable. Just try to say fucking anything to these idiots, bro. And you will see the dumbest fucking replies. Like, not a single brain cell can be found in these replies. I actually get completely emotionally drained when I have to talk to Americans, and they love that shit, you know? They love wasting people's time because they know they're retards. Absolute waste of time, it doesn't go anywhere. Greatest clue, you know? Like, so many people bump into me just to say bullshit things. Because there's no consequence. As long as there's no consequence, retards gonna fucking run around naked and do drugs. There's no consequence. I can do whatever I want. I am super American. You know, engaging with these people is absolutely insane. And that they distort reality. There are actual consequences. These people don't understand that there are consequences. The reality is completely different from where it's supposed to be. I'm trying to actually survive when we are being suffocated by this fucking shithole culture. And they're dominating the internet, you know, because they have luxury. So there are actually smart people using luxury, and there's stupid people using luxury. You never know what you're gonna get. But you know, if you go down to the comment section, no fucking real human being is gonna spend time in the comment section. So they have a right to say, "Oh, like, look at this guy, he's so upset." But this guy actually looks down and calculates the amount of time I spent replying to comments that show up conveniently on my fucking lap. Of course I'll reply. Now you might notice where these comments come from. It is the iDubbbz downfall, of course. Greatest downfall of all time, am I right? Just like Sniper Wolf's downfall. Nobody else has fallen down. Just the people who got bullied fallen down for some reason. Bullying just works in America. It's beautiful. Now, it would be nice to take a step back and ask of, like, how Europeans are doing. Europeans are not getting into, like, a war situation, but it could get ugly. Like, it could feel like civil war very soon. It's not as bad as in America where, like, everyone fucking hates each other, but they're too nice to say it. Nobody's honest. It's one of those things that Reynad said. Reynad is a creator of Bazaar. It's one of those new card games that truly suck balls. Alright, but Reynad never actually addressed my comments towards Bazaar. Never ever did he come down to my comment section. Too busy, I guess. Good for him. He's a streamer and said that everyone is stupid, but nobody's honest about it. And in a way, this is true. Nobody's honest. And that Americans are stupid, we're literally discussing right now. I would actually give this guy a Reynad clap. Alright? For one time, we have to, you know, use it as a clue. Of, like, he's smart enough to make a card game. I'm gonna give him that, bro. Like, I have a hard time doing that, personally. Maybe I'm unlucky. We'll figure that out later. Right? Maybe I'm a little bit too lazy. Maybe something's wrong with me. You know, maybe you can criticize me. But I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take that criticism. I'm gonna be honest. When it comes to Americans not being honest, it is insanity, bro. Imagine trying to have something like a honest conversation. You don't know what it is. Imagine getting honest followers and subscribers. Please subscribe to my channel, guys, honestly. Please, you can't. You cannot get honest support. You cannot get honest amount of time dedicated to you. If you're not popular enough, and you're not doing popular things, then you're a piece of shit. You're gonna be trashed by Americans because Americans don't fucking understand nothing. So you get this popularity tease. But because American culture is so widespread, the moment it collapses, it will show the real winners, the real survivors of these attacks. Because there's no fucking way America can sustain the level of stupidity it has. I obviously don't do blanket statements. There are smart people and there's stupid people. But because there are so many stupid people, because they don't have to have difficulty in their lives, because they never had to survive poverty, the stupid people are very, very powerful, very vocal. They're spreading their disease across the internet and hoping that there's no consequence to it. If Trump actually cracks down on the idiots who spend too much time doing stupid shit, like disrupting and spreading shitty American culture, spending basically their time and money just to spread stupidity on the internet. If Trump cracks down on that, I mean, he wins. He wins everything. He fixes the fucking system. But right now, like, pretending that you should buy U.S. citizenship, it's a very radical way to, you know, solve anything. Everything is money involved. Because Americans have to borrow and borrow more, right? Debt? Is there American debt? Yeah. Yes, there is. Again, the stupid people take so much debt, the smart people have to pay for it. It is becoming unsustainable for everyone. The biggest gap is not between rich and poor, but it's between stupid and smart people. That's the biggest gap that is unsustainable. If a rich person was smart, he would hang around smart people, and it wouldn't matter which of these smart people is poor and which one is not, because they would share some wealth, they would share time with each other, everyone would be happy. But if a stupid person comes in a group of smart people and becomes disrespectful and just spits at them basically and just throws rocks at them, guess what fucking happens, right? It disrupts the whole fucking system of smart people being rioted. You know, the right wing is trying to, like, be smart. It's trying to do the right thing. Perhaps the people at the top that they elect are more like obnoxious and crazy type of people. But deep down, like, they have a lot of values. They just can't come together. Like, smart people have so much to do, they don't really have time to come together and win elections and win arguments. They don't really have time for that shit. They're trying to make families, provide to their families, provide to the community, provide to themselves, so they are always happy. You never met a smart person. I tell you that much. It's so hard. Unless you are the one, like, it's so hard. But when you open a TikTok and you go past the fucking brain rot, you start seeing the smart people. Like a fucking mirage, basically. Technology giving us a mirage of smart people actually existing. And they're relatively lonely. Relatively rejected. Even by the algorithm. Relatively don't know what the fuck to do. Memes rise to the top, right? The American algorithm. I just watched a lot of Unspeakable, and I praised Unspeakable for, like, being better than Mr. Beast. But he's not. He's not better. And maybe he even fallen off. You know, like, his default position is pretty trash, pretty unwatchable. Absolute childish, cringe content that serve no purpose besides, look, I bought this and I bought that. But the bro literally doesn't have a single brain cell that he can spend to truly turn his content into something, like, reasonable, into a game, into a science project. It is just brain rot. It is just not giving a fuck on steroids and doing whatever the fuck comes to mind. This is what Americans actually eat for breakfast, right? And also, yeah, American food. I actually have a person that I want to introduce. Just like I said, like, on TikTok there are smart people, right? I will introduce you guys with someone I found. And I instantly knew that he has a purpose. To tell how many ways Americans are trash. This guy right here.
After spending the last 3 weeks in Spain and Italy, I am fully convinced that the United States is poisoning everything we're eating. Here's why. Yo, are y'all ever just doom scrolling on your phone and then you just add in the TV, you know? Then you deal with allergies, or if you feel tired a lot, or you seem to keep getting sick, have your apartment or home checked for mold. Guy, set them up into my unit, I knew. Get tested. Anyone who has been to Italy and come back home to America has experienced post-Italian depression. Now, if you've never experienced post-Italian depression, here's how it goes. You wake up your first morning home and you're excited for your daily espresso and maybe a pastry. But you then recall that today, instead of being served espresso by a wonderful Italian nonna, you will be served a $15 iced latte from a 19-year-old barista with blue hair who spells your name wrong. But you power through, because tonight you can at least go to a decent Italian restaurant. But you then remember that instead of being served fresh lobster linguine in front of the Mediterranean Ocean, you will eat unlimited breadsticks and 3 cheese ravioli from Olive Garden that will literally put you on the toilet for 3 days. Now you're back on Google Flights, thinking if work is really that important, because we both know you never should have come home. Just me, or is this a universal experience? Anyone who...
There you go. The vibes are just fucked. There's no American identity. Everything is expensive and everything is too much to ask for. Yeah, you go to Italy to see a better life, and you're depressed to come back. Congrats.
I cannot actually... And what are we about to do?
Oh my god, they're not stupid Americans. They're just average rich people.
Walk 15,000 steps per day, something which we never do in America. It fixes all my digestion issues. It deletes my hangovers, even if I'm drinking. It completely fixes my mood, and it just makes me feel amazing. So if you're watching this dealing with any health or mood issues, literally just go walk. Has anyone else experienced the same thing? Something I learned recently.
Well, they haven't experienced yet. I wouldn't say that this is gonna be helpful to you in particular. I don't walk off. I know that walking is the best exercise people can do. It is just good time overall, because you're being present with the world around you. And it's easy. It's just easy. Just walk it off, of course. If you have nothing better to do, it's fine. See, this guy is helpful. The only reason why Facebook has a ban feature is because of Americans. You actually have to ban Americans from social media. You don't have to ban anyone else. I've never had trouble with anyone else but Americans. Americans know how to cheat. They will cheat as much as they can possibly get away with. And they will piss you off. Or at least hope. Hope, because they want to be bullies forever, you know? Not just ban feature in general is specially crafted for Americans to be stopped. Because the Americans can reach levels of retardation never seen to a humankind. And it's actually damaging to the world. I literally want to become YouTube CEO because Americans are that retarded. Yeah, they motivate me to fight. I know I misspelled it, but we got them. It's literally my life purpose. So you pay attention, and we have to give a meme. Let's see.
China, 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 China. You go over to China, 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 China. You take China.
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 You take China, bro.
China, 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 China. I have to have my China. China, China, because China, 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 China now, China, China. You know, China.
I know China very well. China, 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 China.
I need this for you to rewind, bro. I need this.
China,
China, China, China.
Okay, I don't want to spoil all of it. Do I?
Off your problem.
So, when, the reason why China has a Great Wall is for America. They need to have that. It's their best protection yet, you know? They have to wall themselves off from all these Americans. There's no other way you can survive, dude.
After spending the last 3 weeks in Spain and Italy, I am fully convinced that the United States is poisoning everything we're eating. Here's why. For weeks straight in Spain, I constantly did things I never do in the States. I drank wine every day. I ate pastries with chocolate every day. I ate every unhealthy food you can imagine. I experienced 0 hangovers, 0 upset stomachs, 0 anything bad. I have now been back in the States for 48 hours. Not only has every meal made me feel like shit, but I have immediately gotten actually sick. Sore throat, fever, like my
But then check for mold, you know? He's kind of like... He kind of exposed himself, you know? It's crazy.
body is
Because
just...
he has 2 stories. for the
Miami
same
is
thing.
not a real place, bro. You guys probably think they are everywhere, bro. But like the crazy thing is, Rolls-Royce, but nobody has a job. And if you ask them, not a real place.
Yeah. Who's gonna tell him what? Born rich. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking.
In the United States compared to places like Italy, Spain, or anywhere in Europe. In these European countries, you don't even have to try to be healthy. You can eat any of the foods and still feel fine. Their wine isn't poisoned. Their bread isn't full of chemicals, and you walk everywhere. You can just exist and feel amazing every day. But in the States, you can do all the right things. You can go to the gym every day. You can spend thousands on a doctor because that's what it costs here, minimum. You can eat healthy food and still just feel horrible because this place is like a minefield. There's poison in our food. If you don't believe me, look up food regulations here versus Europe. Our bread is full of toxins. Everyone is spending tons of money on supplements and doctors and optimizing, and yet everyone is fat, depressed, and feels horrible. It is actually...
Yeah. Oh my god. Welcome to the world of car only. You're sitting in your fucking car and you will get fat and you will get sick basically. Because you're always indoors, even when you're outdoors. And then it's depressing to have a car because you have to maintain it too. Never will I ever car myself, okay? Technically losing job opportunities, but like, really? Even losing bitch opportunities. But really? Do I need that? No. Never. I realize that this is like one of the most toxic things of all time, and will require a bullshit episode of its own. We're actually getting to 50. Do you understand how crazy that is?
Dude, what is wrong with the United States? I swear this place is cursed. Like, I just spent 3 weeks in Italy and Spain doing a bunch of unhealthy vegetables, taking
Yes, he's spamming the same fucking idea over and over
my
again.
supplements and vitamins, and I wake up...
Literally spam. Yeah, unfortunately he is in the retarded category now. Because he's a attention-seeking moron, like every fucking American out there. He's not stupid, but he played into the biggest trap ever of, like, Americans dominate social media. Because they haven't been banned hard enough. Everyone wants Americans to participate. They have the language, they have the luxury to spend money on social media, but we never really fucking truly squeeze their balls, you know? Squeeze them dry for all that they have. Spamming is not allowed, buddy.
I don't know if this happened. So I finally made it back to the United States after spending the last 3 weeks in Spain and Italy. And I don't know about this place anymore because the buildings all look like concrete blocks. All the American food I've eaten since I got home has made me sick. But everything costs 10 times as much. Like, as an American, I'm starting to wonder, are we all just like getting scammed? Like, Spain and Italy had amazing...
Yes, you're getting scammed. Because you have all the stupid people operating at maximum capacity. And now I actually will excuse him. Because he said so many more things. He's such a useful man.
So I got this. I'm just walking through the city and I see shit like this. Bro, in the USA, we have Arby's, Chick-fil-A, Bud Light, and gas station. I am...
Yeah. It's pretty basic.
Let me tell
answer.
you one thing about coming to Italy.
But it shouldn't stop people from making cool buildings anyway.
If you want to come here, you better get your cardio up. Yes, you will be in some... Explain to me why traveling makes me so tired. Like, this actually makes no...
I'm just sitting. Why am I tired? Imagine what are the consequences of being retarded. All the good things, first of all, slip by you. You will not get anything good out of life. You will only gonna get yourself surrounded by bullies eventually. when the bullies are like level 50 monsters and unbanned, and you don't know who the fuck to listen to anymore. Who even is your friend? You get tired because you are doing nothing, because you're stuck in one position, and you need freedom in order to not feel tired. You need to do a multitude of things.
Anybody? If you're wondering whether this younger generations of kids' brains are melting, let me tell you a story that my younger brother just told me from his high school. You will not believe this. There was a year-long incident at my little brother's high school involving a kid that the whole school called the Poop Bandit. This unknown bandit was running around the school undetected for an entire year, leaving double deckers in all of the bathrooms, which is like one, you know what, in the main part of the toilet and one in the little tank up top. And they were literally trying to catch this kid for an entire year, but his crime was apparently so perfect they couldn't. So it ended up becoming such a large issue that the dean of the high school had to call all the boys into an emergency meeting and try to appeal to the Poop Bandit's emotions by telling them to think about the janitor. As you can imagine, it didn't work. My real. If you're wondering,
it's not TikTok, my friend.
Look, guys,
like, Americans know when to unite, and when there's enough retardation mixed in, they don't know when to unite. They unite for the stupidest of reasons, whether to be retard or leftards, or just come and hate in my comments. Just spread hate in my comments. You're very welcome.
Why is it like that? Look.
Because they need to justify each other's actions in order to feel good about themselves, you know? No matter what. Even if they have fucking missing screws in their head. Again, there's nothing better American realizing that America sucks. Alright? I think we can leave it at that. I think this guy has transcended into heavens.
ADHD, going viral on TikTok is so easy.
He thinks it's easy, but he actually, no, he's wrong. You do have to have esteem, not ADHD, esteem, to think that something is interesting and cool, and not having any worries, basically, just like pointing a camera at something or talking about something. It's not a disorder, necessarily, but it's definitely an American thing.
So,
anyways, this guy has been successfully drained. We need 27 more points. At this point, America has to have its own doomsday clock. They actually need this. Because at some point, the day will come where the stupid people will not be able to hang out with the smart people. This shit don't mix, bro. Perhaps a similar pattern is across Europe, where stupid countries, they have to relocate into smart countries. They just have to. They have to leave their stupid shit. There's no, like, defend yourself moment that's gonna happen. Gotta respect the doomsday clock when bad shit is happening, when stupid people surround you, basically. And you still have to stand your ground. Like, something is wrong. But this has to collapse at some point. They should have created a doomsday clock by now. There's no way that Americans have collapsed only one time. And it's only in the future, in the near future. We see all that culminating in, like, the leftarded, basically, ideology. The creation of this is insanity, bro, that we have never seen before. The political levels of manipulation is way more terrorizing than scams. Because they spread propaganda, they scream at you. They become even less unhinged, or more unhinged. This one's quite annoying, that people get fooled by science. That they still actually take the cheapest way of putting things in their brain. Putting things in the brain that's like the cheapest shit ever. You should only put experience in your brain. Not secondhand science. I just have to go down this way and we have it. We have people fooled by science easily. This was also ridiculous, right? No ability to speculate and suspect things. Retardation shines in many colors. You know, no curiosity, nothing, bro. Again, I thought Content Cop was pretty bad, but then I realized, yeah, H3H3 is the bad guy. He's the one to be punished for all of this. And once you know who's supposed to be punished, then it doesn't matter where the punishment comes from. Too much. You can criticize iDubbbz all you want, he's not a perfect man. But he's just what we needed for the occasion. Even people who appear to be smart, they're just trying to get attention. And eventually they shine true colors. We have found so many American rats, basically, on YouTube, all coming out at the same year. Like, just ridiculous. I should say China, just once personally, because the shit Asians do is completely next level culture. They don't have chance to fail. The pressure's too high to perform as best as they can. So Asian world delivers. The amount of Asian world we can unlock for the rest of the world is best thing that ever fucking happened. The South Korea, the Japan, the Taiwan, anything we can unlock from the Asian world, we should kiss their asses by any means to unlock 1 square meter of Asian world. There's nothing fucking better than China. And nothing worse than unlocking more American culture. Like, fuck that shit. Haktua, bro. That's what it is. Technically, YouTube is being ruled by an American right now. I'm not sure how I feel about that. You guys don't have Eurovision, do you? But that's fine, you have Disney. Every American is basically doomed to hide behind influencers. There's no other way. If they hide behind proper influencers and not rats, they might be able to survive. And the rats are in every corner imaginable. Picking Mr. Beast is a bad pick. You know, it's too average, too easy. You might not survive just picking Mr. Beast. Pick a good YouTuber. Type in the comments, if you're American, if you want to survive the apocalypse that's about to happen for 2 years, try and pick a good YouTuber and type me in the comments, a good YouTuber. I will review your comments. I mean, I know a YouTuber who left YouTube because he was forced out, you know? Minecraft is not American creation. It's just not. Americans don't get to prove that they are smart, that they're logically equipped to make games. This one kind of pissed me off because, yeah, I say more viewers and I got less viewers. My channel just fucking tanking. It's only an emotional drive. You have to literally skibbity-riz the motherfuckers to be able to get views. Otherwise, you get literally nothing. I'm not sure what would happen when I put my face out there. They will definitely scan it, make sure they fully understand. But, no, I mean, I understand. You just float around the internet and click on whatever you like. It is like the ADHD version of a phrase. I just call it emotional drive. But in terms of, like, negative emotions. And people like that just don't stick around. They just wait for drama to happen instead. But are you gonna win the drama? Are you gonna be prepared for the drama? So, like, often I do the American things, but then I give up. Because besides this, they don't care about nothing else. They just care about faces. They want to recognize and drama. You combine those two things together, perfect. Anything outside of the scope, zero. People will hate your gods, bro. This now a certain video series now looks like a miracle. Like it's impossible. The K-pop adventure looks like a fucking miracle, dude. That it got 1,000 views. Yes, it's a recognizable face. But They hate my guts even more. It is not just ADHD, do whatever the fuck you want and whatever the fuck happens successfully. No. I do my thing and nobody cares unless I say something negative. And then they have to protect their little fucking face creature. This shit makes you lonely and hopeless. The things that actually matter are completely dead right now. Drama survived, so it's like everything else died then. Everything was constantly dying, not being embraced by anyone. Now, it is a choice of algorithm specifically as well, but it's not like I haven't tried TikTok. And the funny thing is like, as a smart person, I'm just like being ripped into shreds. I don't know what's going on. I am forced to participate in drama to be able to raise my hand and hope that there's an ending to this insanity. Please end this, guys. We're smart enough, guys. We'll handle this, okay? The stupid people really motivated me to wake up in the morning and kick their ass. Alright? It's all gonna be alright. I need to participate in every fucking drama imaginable just to get these fuckers' attention. Which is why I personally cannot slow down and define myself. You know, I have to spam videos as much as possible to be able to learn fast enough and capture the drama that happens in the moment. I cannot linger, I cannot add more quality to the content. There's no way out of this. In order to do quality content, you have to collaborate. Americans are blind. They don't even collaborate. They don't do shit. They're also lonely too, and they project a lot of loneliness onto the world despite being influencers. Of course they have to project mental illness and just unusual lifestyles. But most importantly, they're blind to all the opportunities that are possible. If you are a rich person, if you have luxury, you have to spend that luxury to invest into people who don't have the luxury. You have to empower them. Literally, as a big YouTuber, you can shout out some other creator and pretend to collaborate with them. Because it doesn't matter, the content quality is not the important part on my channel. My channel is dying because nobody else cares. You know, I don't have famous friends, guys. And I could easily have them because I have so much to offer. And instead I have to meet ignorance. They're not replying to comments. They're not reading comments. Nobody fucking cares in America. And when you read the other people's comments, they're either fucking glazing as far and wide as possible. Basically being selfless, which is the most disgusting thing of like, you're not even in love. You're actually a little fan baby of something. You're not attracted. You're not impressed in terms of inspired, right? You're not attracted or inspired. So like, what do you get? You're just a fan baby. You're just like, I'm so thankful that you exist. Thank you for giving me all these things. So you're just boosting. Yeah, I mean, there's the skibbity insanity. Alright? Skibbity drama is over. It's skibbity insanity. You see a face and you project all of these feelings towards a face. Parasocial behavior. A face comes out of the toilet and you fucking worship the face. This might not have been the wanted meaning behind this, but it's definitely the meaning that you can ascribe to it. Every thumbnail has a face like this, you know? Every thumbnail has a crazed person projecting familiarity, basically. Making most other content obsolete because it's not recognizable, it's not trustworthy anymore, it's not fully explored. And you explore like 3 channels and you get stuck. Get stuck watching those channels. Even if you're a fucking baby, you can't even grow out of like baby channels. Because you have the attachment syndrome. And you want to protect those faces. But you'll have to say goodbye to the ones that don't actually provide value anymore. What will you do then? What will you do when you have to silently flush this garbage and forget about it? And now it's gonna work. Goodbye, PewDiePie. You know? You gotta say that sometimes. Because bro at least said goodbye on his own terms. He did it for you. Because you're not supposed to watch meme review every fucking day. It's the dumbest thing, but people decided to do that. People decided to attach to a person who's like genuine person. He's a good guy. I'm not fucking trashing him. But you have to say goodbye at some point. You have to mature out of it. So PewDiePie just like backed away of like, I am not actually making good content, guys. I swear. He's never gonna say that to your face. That's where the honor of PewDiePie comes from. Not only he got defeated, but he stepped away of like, okay, someone else can do my thing now. Someone else can be the most popular YouTuber. And so on. Can we find 17 more? It's crazy. Yes, I do recommend watching this. I mean, YouTube itself is fucking broken, dude. It's just broken. I don't know what to say about this. You can see this appears twice. No matter how I scroll, whether I scroll through popular, through filtered content or not, it just does the same glitch. Because these are rich fools, they're more susceptible to manipulation like this. Even though they can just go to YouTube headquarters or actually complain. Like the biggest tech channels can complain about this. And they haven't actually found these glitches. Okay. Like YouTube is laggy and stupid. Fucking hell, when it comes to like everything else but the videos. Overall, I try to scroll and find if I did talk about something substantial. And I honestly can't find anything anymore. Like the rest of 17 are going to be insanely difficult for us. But time is on my side and I'll figure it out basically. I don't think it's like irreversible. I don't think it's super bad, but it's very dangerous. Like stupid people are extremely dangerous. You don't understand. Stupid people exist across cultures, of course. People in Europe are actually trying to be dangerous. Like really, really dangerous. You don't want to interact with stupid people, basically. You know to run away from them. In America, they just look normal. Just look like everyone else. Because they soak in the same culture as well. Like, the stupidity is shared. So you just never know who's actually smart. That one is complicated. You hope that the popular people are the ones that are smart in America. That's it. They obviously annoy me with just like, you won't succeed doing this. Telling people that they're stupid. Well, there's a thing called teacher. You know, the teacher always supposed to tell you that you're stupid. There has to be a person in your life that could tell you that you're stupid and get away with it. If you don't have a person like that in your life, you should panic. I will say that. I will say that. You don't have a reality check. You probably can't provide me with anything. People want to run away from their mother's basement. Like, you have nobody to tell you that you're stupid. Not a single person to fucking put you down. Towards the path of self-improvement, maybe. Towards opening your fucking eyes. I want to know where you're gonna find it, because, like, one of those people have left the server. Mark Passio would tell Americans that they're stupid. He left the server. It's mine now. I'm literally doing this guy's job. If not 20 times better. Like, if you wanted to compare me with something, go right ahead. This is the guy that you can compare me to, because I'm just 20 times better. At least at telling you that you're stupid. When you deserve it, of course. So you see them basically clogging the fucking system, mobbing with each other. They're trying to hold self-esteem alive, but for a purpose to continue being stupid. To not allow themselves to acknowledge any of this shit. This guy comes from a background where he was a part of the cult because it's so easy to insult Americans, you can make a cult around it. Cult around knowledge and not giving a fuck about pesky Americans, bro, around you. Again, they have incredibly violent and insane reactions to brain cell existing, bro. Like, what is this? What is this? I lose every time. I lose this game every time, bro. And the dude does not even say anything. He's just attacking me as if like, oh wow, they found me, bro. They found a not American. They found something to panic about. And observe. Fucking panic attack culture. The moment there's any infiltration, they're gonna go panic attack. Something is not right. It is time to test me, basically, right? Will their stupidity prevail, or will I actually just, you know, live long and prosperous life? You can say vulture culture as well. It's applicable. And I don't even know what kind of retardation you have to go through to actually achieve that level. Like, I have no idea. Because it's literally attack. And people support that attack specifically. Now, technically it says self-defense at the same time, but then I exposed this guy of being a fucking loser. You know? He's literally cracking his own comment down. He got 160 likes and now he's exposing himself as a fucking retard. Who can't even hold down. Like, he had to attack me personally. It's no longer about the fucking arguments. It's not about the drama. It's about me. Every time I win, the moment the drama is about me, suddenly, I am the winner. And I can actually achieve that so easily versus these idiots. But at the same time, I'm giving them credit. I'm saying this is the panic attack culture. You have it. I don't have it. I don't got it, guys. But at the same time, when you in order to expose someone, you see them like really panic and pull out the maximum damage weapons they can find on the internet. They get so fucking outraged, basically. That's a sign of a retarded person. Twitter is your ex. I put it as a meme, but the fact that Twitter is solely American thing. No one else fucking uses Twitter. No one cares about Twitter. Find another country in the world that uses Twitter. I swear, you're not gonna find it. Americans literally found a religion of outrage where to dump all their stupidity into. To literally showcase, to be proud of it. Because that's all they have. I'm starting to believe that American is some kind of fucking consumable. You know? If you want free self-esteem, just dive into the sea of Americans and leech their stupidity. Because it's always gonna end up about you. You're the center of attention now. Bro, this is a random moment of finding a friend who has same level of skill. In the end, they would like end up appreciating that they spent so much time on Minecraft learning all these tricks, basically, and they can go toe-to-toe. It's like Goku finding Vegeta. And at some point, they're like best friends because fuck it, you know? Why not appreciate the power level? And combining the power level, too. Shit like this is rare, and it's still not actually happening. It's just like accident almost, right? Happy little accidents by smart people. Smart people's world crawls while the stupid people's world explodes. The funny thing is, Americans are actually gonna wait until I find somehow success. The leech effect, where only when you're popular, you're gonna be popular. Only when you have money, you're gonna make money. Because you can scam more people because you already look successful. You can leech Americans too because they're stupid. They cannot actually assess, besides, you know, oh, nobody likes you and nobody wants to subscribe to you, as of like good indication of to avoid you, basically. But then everyone who's already successful is gonna leech the shit out of you anyways. You're not gonna get anywhere with this mindset. You will not actually promote new powerful people into the mix of influencers. You're gonna have the same fucking shit turning into rats, essentially, because they're so disconnected from reality of what is truly important. You don't understand how poor people are the most powerful people in the world. They're just not, they don't have weapons to prove their power. Instead of trying to intimidate, there's something else. Poverty grows competence. It's like the best thing to say, because like that's where we started, right? Poverty is competence. If you don't have any problems to solve, if you live in luxury and everything is fine in your world, your brain is like a muscle and it will not be challenged. You will be stupid by default of not having any problems. And the best thing you can do, at least, is not participate in society. Because fuck you, you know. You're useless. You can't solve a single thing. You're only gonna make things worse. As busy as Mr. Beast is in projecting the good side, I mean the clean side, I guess, of whatever world he belongs in, is definitely the most watchable stuff, is the most relatable to anyone in terms of like entertainment. But he goes one step forward and turns money into no soul. Reminds us that money is that much more than just luxury. It like literally rips your soul. Unless, well, you happen to spend the money and give it away to other people. Last time I checked, it's very difficult to bump into an American who's giving away money. I hear about all kinds of charities, but I have never heard of American dollar hitting anywhere close where my existence is. No American dollar has reached. I want to be proud of these guys, at least, you know, they're so charitable, so nice, so kind. There's no soul. You win $1 million. Has more soul than an average American can provide. Because at least you see frame by frame what happens in order to give someone $1 million, even if by accident. Oops. The biggest no soul moment for Mr. Beast is obviously the thumbnail. Like, he literally does not care about having a soul. He can AI generate himself. How is that possible? How can he allow himself to do that? But he needs to manipulate and scam the audience. He has to. That's the American way. Literally, Scam Nation has risen and should be taken down alongside with all the American stupidity. I think this is a very good image for that. Mr. Beast is chained to the stupidity. When the stupidity sinks, so does this fucking channel. I mentioned the doomsday clock, and it's kind of nice, like Americans are delaying the inevitable. There's no fucking way this is sustainable. But we can, you know, pretend for as long as possible until shit goes really bad. Really bad. Doomsday is literally unavoidable. It's happening all around us. Like, the wars are happening. And Trump actually is taking accountability of, like, Ukraine war. Of, like, if I was in office, Ukraine war would never happen. Yeah, it wouldn't happen. Because America is a pile of fucking shit. And can't stop things. For some reason, currently cannot stop things. Because doomsday is happening right now. Orange Man is literally provoked to participate in 2 wars at the same time. To participate in Ukraine war by being ignorant and allowing Russia to just continue doing their shit. Well, now he's waking up and it's like, I need to start war with Iran. You know? He ran for president, so he has to war as well. We can't provide iPhones if we don't war against Iran. It doesn't feel like Joe Rogan podcast is the most popular. It feels like that's the only one. There's not that many smart people to occupy enough podcasts. So shallow when it comes to finding intellectual content from Americans. Now that the TikTok is open, I can at least like compile some intellectual content. I will still run out of that shit. This is literally top of the mountain and it's still like average. It feels like average levels of knowledge, right? But it's respectable. Cool. It like proves to everyone around that yes, this guy is safe, he's smart enough to sit and withstand Joe Rogan, basically. There are special things that Americans have, but it just proves that they don't have so much more. So much is missing that no one can actually replicate this success. Okay, let's find the best last one. I'll ponder on this one. I mean, I've been tormented for so long. It constantly culminates into new thing, and now this is Domination series. This is the best I can muster, and it's definitely not bad. I don't even know if there is a video where I just list points one after the other. Maybe like trains are bullshit is one of those. And naturally, Americans make trains look like absolute fucking nuclear weapon that's being used over and over again. And threatens to destroy cities. Americans threaten to destroy their own cities with a fucking train. One good derailment and just 9/11 we recreate just like that. Except this time it wouldn't feel like a conspiracy anymore. We literally just topple a skyscraper with a train and it all makes sense, you know? To feel underappreciated, just like you don't understand how much it hurts to not be discovered, to not be appreciated. It's like, what? To see drama go backwards and entangle so many, like, decent people. I think that's the best thing my channel can provide as the proof, right? Drama, but with a bad ending. That's what it is. There's no good ending to this. Americans are retarded. What am I supposed to do now? You know? This is a really bad ending to a really bad video. That is actually not dramatic enough for people to watch and actually contemplate and be curious of like how much of this is true. Because I'm obviously not stating facts, I am panicking. I'm asking questions at the same time. How much of this is true? How much of this is worse than we actually think? And can muster into this video, into this improvisation set, you know? Maybe if things are a lot worse, like there's government corruption, maybe that fits in somewhere. There's the Diddy party being exposed, like American shit is getting exposed too. Fucking children trafficking, like you can start pulling specific webs, basically, of things people do when they're trying to hide their retardation, their addiction to insanity, to drugs and like trash, right? So there's like 4 honorable mentions already. We're at 44. Like this is not just a pride flag, it's political retardation and corruption. Allowing corruption in willingly because people genuinely think at that moment in time when the apocalypse is happening that it's more is better. More apocalypse, please. People literally lived through Trump's presidency and couldn't understand. But great. They knocked down another woman. They knew when to shut the fuck up. They knew when to use the Trump card. You gotta hand it to them. Americans are at least lucky. Their feelings do tend to like accumulate into the right turn away from the hitting the fucking tree and going off the cliff. They can avoid imminent disaster. Because most of the idiots tend to shut up when they get confronted, you know, by more powerful creatures. Don't worry, I'm surrounded by stupidity of Europeans as well. There's plenty to talk about. But when are we gonna start talking? When am I gonna be relevant enough to be satisfied as a job, to have this job? To talk to other influencers and so on, right? Discuss important issues. Like, things are supposed to change. We're not just supposed to talk about things. We're supposed to challenge these influencers. I'm supposed to do my fucking job, and I'm not getting enough subscribers to actually do it. It's a fucking bad ending so far. How much Mr. Beast needs for his endeavors, and how much do I need? Does that make sense? But of course, I need to become angrier. I need to develop Hulk mode. I need to smash before I get what I want. Is that how it works? We'll never know. Until we get the good ending, because drama doesn't fucking end with the bad ending. It just gets fucking suppressed. People just be temporarily satisfied and move on to the next drama, to fucking ruin, basically. So, okay, I'm just buy another bucket of popcorn and see how stupid Americans gonna deliver their own fucking lethal blows to themselves. At least they're entertaining, because at least they're fighting each other. At least they're fucking blind to how stupid they are. And that threatens, like, everyone. Every celebrity you know is threatened by this. Every influencer is threatened by this. Everything is collapsing. There's nobody safe. Unless they are smart. Thanks for watching. Good luck out there.